Thank you, Dory, and thanks to folks who could join us today. Our presentation is going to be on the event sponsorship that IASSIST has been providing to our members and others for going on 5 years now. So first I'm going to give you an overview of the event sponsorship program. Then we'll talk about some tips for crafting proposals for event sponsorship. And then we'll hear from Winnie Nakesa, who has been a 3-time sponsorship recipient, actually. So, and delighted that she could join us today.
Thank you.
So first, the event sponsorship program is intended to provide sponsorship to event organizers who are gathering data professionals who would benefit from being aware of IASSIST membership, joining our global association. We have sponsored both established events and new endeavors happening in various parts of the globe. Since 2015, we've been proud to sponsor 32 events so far. And you'll see from this map that they are events that have taken place all over the world, and with increasing numbers of events sponsored each year since we first began doing this in 2015. The size of events can vary, though we do give preference when we're reviewing proposals to regional or local events that are likely to draw in people who wouldn't otherwise be able to attend an IASSIST annual conference. The scope of events we've sponsored has varied as well. There have been workshops, symposia, conferences, pre-conference workshops. It's really run the gamut. We do give preference as well to events from underrepresented membership areas for IASSIST, so Africa, Asia and Pacific, Eastern Europe, and Latin and South America. The sponsorship requests themselves, they can be for monetary assistance, or they can be for mentorship assistance if you would just like somebody from IASSIST who has experience in conference planning or running a workshop to help out with planning your event. But most of them have been for actual monetary requests. Those are typically up to $2,000. The last 2 years we have had 2 rounds of sponsorships. And so the first round earlier in the year is typically to fund events up to $2,000, while the second round has usually been somewhere between $500 and $1,000. It's important to note acceptable uses of the funds that IASSIST provides to event organizers include communication and marketing materials, costs for catering and food or the use of event space, as well as covering costs for travel and accommodation of guest speakers or experts invited to your event. It's unacceptable to use the funds as direct payments to individuals because that has tax implications for IASSIST as an organization. Each event that's sponsored must designate an active IASSIST member as the event liaison, and responsibilities for that event liaison include coordinating logistics related to the sponsorship, so communicating with the membership chair and our treasurer to ensure the funds are provided to the appropriate account. We also ask liaisons to help ensure that the IASSIST sponsorship is recognized at the event. And of course, we appreciate social media posts that tag IASSIST accounts as well for recognition. And then we ask for a blog post contribution to be made after the event. So shifting a bit now to thinking about when you're writing a proposal to have your event sponsored by IASSIST, we have some tips. So first we ask that you connect your event to IASSIST goals. And those are our work that we strive to foster and promote a network of excellence for data service delivery. We're seeking to help advance infrastructure in the social sciences. And then third, which is probably the easiest, arguably, to make a case for why your event should be sponsored by iAssist, is that it provides an opportunity for that collegial exchange of professional practices. In your proposal, make sure you identify an active iAssist member to be your event liaison. And it also really helps if you're not making the proposal only on behalf of your organization or group. Show that you have partnered with other institutions or organizations and that your event is really strengthening those data community connections.
I'm sorry, I just wanted to say we're hearing a little bit of background noise from one of the speakers. So you may need to mute yourself.
Is that better?
That's better.
Okay. Thanks, Dory. Additional tips. We ask that you, as much as possible, describe in detail how the money that you're requesting will be used. So if possible, that means giving estimates of how much those catering or event space costs may be, the type of marketing materials you may be getting, that sort of thing. It's important to identify an institution that can invoice iAssist for the sponsorship payment, and have an account already established, or be prepared to establish an institutional or organizational account that can receive the funds. Because again, iAssist cannot pay money to individuals due to tax implications for the association. And finally, if you're unsure if your event meets sponsorship criteria, ask us. We would love to have you reach out to us and have a discussion about how to craft a successful proposal to sponsor your event. All right, I'm going to pause before turning it over to Winnie Nakesa to see if there are any questions related directly to what we just covered.
Okay, no questions, so I'm going to switch over to Winnie.
Okay.
Okay, Winnie, you are on.
Okay, thank you very much. My name is Winnie Nakesa, as I've been introduced. I'm one of the beneficiaries of iAssist membership sponsorship. I've been able to draft different proposals focusing on the areas of iAssist, and was able to get funding for for 3 events. The first event was the data workshop, where iAssist sponsored the event, and this event was conducted at the National Library of Uganda.
I'm sorry,
the
Winnie.
event, yes, please.
Just want to make sure, should we be seeing your screen right now or no?
Is that okay?
Let's see. Yes, that's better. Thank you.
Okay. Yeah, so the first event that iAssist sponsored was a data workshop, which was conducted at the National Library of Uganda in 2018, not 2019, 2018 in November. And this workshop aimed at bringing together the librarians from different institutions to learn how to collect relevant and meaningful data, so that they're able to tell stories relating to the SDGs. Because as we are aware, currently there's a move for the libraries to promote the SDGs, but how do we collect the statistics so that we're able to provide a case to our policymakers? So the workshop was very timely and, of course, very relevant to the librarians, considering that our policymakers and the researchers were demanding for this data and statistics so that they're able to make informed decisions in regards to planning for the libraries in the country. Then the other event that IASIST sponsored was a pre-conference, pre-conference data literacy workshop, and this was hosted by the Association of Parliamentary Libraries of Eastern and South African libraries, and it was a pre-conference workshop which happened before the workshop, and it brought together these librarians from different regions in the East and the South of Africa, and it gave them the opportunity to acquire some basic data literacy skills. And this workshop was held on 4th May this year. And at the end of these workshops, a number of recommendations were made. Of course, Africa, we still have a challenge of data, more so in our profession. And data literacy or data management is not incorporated into our curriculum. So one of the recommendation or proposals was for us to have another workshop which would integrate these data skills into library and information science curriculum. And I wrote a proposal, and luckily enough, IASIST has provided us sponsorship. We are yet to conduct that event. But at the end of the day, IASIST has enabled us, librarians and other data professionals, to first of all to know what IASIST is all about, and then to acquire these skills in data management. Because most in libraries, statistics, data, most cases, librarians fear what they call statistics, which has an element of mathematics. But with these trainings, we have seen a change, a move from the usual routine of just giving out books, but the librarians are able to quantify the services that they provide in form of data, and then able to make a case to their bosses or supervisors so that they're able to get funding, and then also are able to help these the researchers, of course, to get at least to gain some data literacy skills so that they're able to conduct their researches. So I personally thank IASIST for the support that they have provided, and I know with time we shall be able to have a data improved society in my country and as well as Africa. Thank you.
Thank you, Winnie. So right now, I'm going to wait a moment to see if we get any questions in. And while that's happening, if there's any final thought that Jen would like to say.
Thanks, Dory. And thanks, Winnie, for sharing your experience. On behalf of the association, we've been really glad we've been able to support multiple events that you've proposed. And I think it's really helped expand awareness of IASIST in Africa. And we're hoping to continue to receive additional event proposals from other parts of the globe. We were encouraged to see after the annual conference that took place in Sydney, we did see another bump in proposals coming from Asia. And we're hoping to see some more in the coming year. I should mention that the call for proposals typically comes out in December. with a request for applications to be submitted in January. And our review process, we typically, oh, I clicked show my screen, but I don't actually have anything to show. I'll go to the ISIS homepage. There we go.
Great.
We typically review the event proposals. We have a small group of reviewers who look at each proposal, consider how it meets the criteria of helping advance the work done in the wider data community, and again, preferencing those events that are taking place in underrepresented areas and or are for more regional, local focused events. And typically have a decision out to folks by February. We've been fortunate that we've had enough funding from the association in the last few years that we've been able to do 2 rounds of sponsorships each year.
Awesome.
And that second call for proposals typically comes out after, or we try out and align it actually with the annual conference in the summer in May.
Okay, I think we are good on questions.
Okay.
So unless there are some closing thoughts from Winnie, we can conclude.
Okay. Thank you very much. First, I would like to encourage my colleagues who are part of this webinar that you need to identify a need for sponsorship. Like in my country, I realized that data literacy is a challenge, and I built on that so that I was able to write proposals and get funding. So it's important to identify what your problem is and align it to the IASSIST goals so that you're able to write a good proposal. And also to encourage us that don't give up. It's always good to try until you're able to achieve your goal. I thank IASSIST for the support that it has always provided to us as an individual, as a country, and other members. So I request all of us to be part of IASSIST so that we're able to have these benefits that IASSIST is sharing with all of us that are professionals. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you to everyone who attended our webinar or are watching later on YouTube. Thank you to the presenters, Jen and Winnie. And with that, I want to just say, everyone, enjoy the rest of your day or evening, wherever you may be. Thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you.